8:44. Great ad, terrible tune. We've got ad, social media.
Tune. I saw your head nodding and your feet were probably tapping under that desk.
Ad, social media and aeroplanes with Vaughn Davis at tgf.co.nz. We're looking first up at the new Kia. I want to say Sportage just because that's the first thing that...
I think it was something called the Kia Soul, which is actually really
Kia Soul hamster commercial.
It's a car, eh? It's like, it's not, one of those ads where they start with a cube and they chip away the car until it's beautiful. They just started with a cube and stayed with a cube.
Yeah. It's a hybrid vehicle, is that right?
I wouldn't have a clue.
I don't really know.
I just like the ad. This premiered at the VMAs the other night. I mean, for me, the big thing wasn't the pregnancy or the cross dressing. It was the Kia Soul ad.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
It's kind of geeky. It's set in a kind of a post-apocalyptic
sort of Halo world.
Yeah, Halo world.
Yeah,
gaming. There's a bunch of mechanical soldiers shooting at each other, and then suddenly this car turns up,
Along come the hamsters.
kind of hybrid-looking car with a bunch of hamsters inside, and gets everyone dancing.
Yeah.
Pretty simple.
It's really simple.
Effective.
It's beautifully made. I mean, I like the music. It's sort of,
right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
You and Prince Harry.
Yeah. I'm down with Prince Harry jumping in the swimming pool. But really cool ad. And if you seek out, Kia hamster ad, they've got a whole channel of them. And it was based on an actual advertising idea with a capital I. The original ad featured a whole lot of hamsters running in, those training wheel things. And then along comes, the Kia hamsters in a car, and that was sort of, you can see how the creative director would have gone, there's an idea in that, I can see that.
Yeah.
But the ad that doesn't really have an idea, just some dancing hamsters and robots, is actually a lot cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd love to see that run in New Zealand, because I can't think of any Kia ads that have run in New Zealand. I'm sure they have.
No, well, I can. That's why the Sportage just sort of rolls off.
Yeah, whatever that is.
Well, I don't have no idea.
So whatever you're doing in New Zealand, Kia New Zealand, stop doing that and run some hamsters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right.
And I don't care if the actual model's not available in New Zealand. I just want to see some hamsters.
On to another ad that we won't play too much of the audio of, because there's not much of the audio to
There's lots to look
of.
at, though.
There is lots to look at. It is something for something called Booktrack.
Yeah, Booktrack, which the dumbest thing about this whole really interesting Kiwi innovation, I think, is the name, because Booktrack feels like a thing that you'd use to, I don't know, find your lost book, maybe?
Yeah, right.
But I realised it's a play on soundtrack. This is cool. This is a New Zealand idea, as far as I can glean, from a Takapuna-based company. Well, they got offices in Takapuna and New York, which is a pretty cool combo.
I will just play a little bit of this audio. This bit.
James, I downloaded the app.
That's all you need to hear.
Yeah, she's just
James. I downloaded the app.
I downloaded the app, and here is my cleavages. It's classic.com. And if you look at the Booktrack ad on YouTube, for students of old advertising, it culminates on the old Maxell audio cassette tape ad. So it's sort of a homage to that. And I think about one person in 1,000 will get that.
Not the TDK Peace, Love and Mung Beans.
No, not that. But Booktrack, talking about it, I like it. It's cool. So what they've done, and it's incredibly labour intensive. It's an enhancement, an audio enhancement to ebooks. And what they do, can I show?
Yeah.
Can I show?
Show and tell.
So here, I'll turn my audio up. We should have plugged in.
So you got the iPad here in the studio.
Yeah, so we've got the iPad, and we've got the book. And as you,
but what format is the book?
Oh, it's its own format. It's a proprietary format.
Right.
So as you, we can either see or hear. We can't sort of do both.
Yeah.
So there's the seeing. And there's the hearing.
So as you're reading, you've got a
soundtrack
to the words. So like if the kids are playing in the garden, you can hear birds and
yeah. So this is the sort of the camp old religious story, The Selfish Giant by Oscar Wilde.
Yeah.
And you'll see on the camera, maybe.
No, not really.
No, you won't.
It's a bit bright.
As you're reading, there's a little sort of crawler going down the side, which is showing you where the sound effects are syncing with, based on an average reading speed. If you find that's getting ahead or behind where you are, you just double tap on the word you're at, and it gets a feel for how quickly you're reading, and the sound effects and the music sort of keep pace with you.
Cool idea.
Yeah. I mean, they've got they've only done 4 or 5 books so far, but they've got some pretty heavy hitters. That guy, I don't know how you pronounce it, Peter Thiel, the PayPal guy who's sort of coming from New Zealand. He's a big investor. A guy called Mark Darcy, who's the most famous Kiwi advertising person you never heard of, who's the worldwide creative director of Facebook. Heard of that? New Zealander.
I think so, yeah.
He's on the board. And Derek Handley from the Hyper Factory.
Ah, right.
Heard of him?
Okay.
And they're all into it. I mean, they're currently working on putting a Salman Rushdie novel to an NZSO soundtrack.
Wow.
So they're pretty serious about it.
I can see that. Rather than sound effects, I can see perhaps a mood music.
Yeah, sort of ambient stuff sort of washing over you.
Yeah.
And so in a way, it could be a way of sort of shutting out outside distractions.
I remember the guy who brought out the book Shantaram. I don't know if I can't remember his name.
Someone tried to tell me, I was in Rome last week, and someone said, you've got to read Shantaram.
Well, he put out a CD with it that came in the back of the book, so you meant to put the CD on and read the book.
Is that right? This is the one about crime and...
Well, he escaped from an Australian jail.
And had to write it about
overseas.
4 times and smuggled it out up his bum or something.
I think so.
Yeah.
Ended up in India and all sorts of crazy places, fighting wars and
Isn't
stuff.
Isn't that crazy? So 3 days ago, someone in Rome said, you've got to read Shantaram. Here we
So
are
you have to
in
do
Ponsonby.
Wow. One part of me also thinks, though, okay, if you're going to have that soundtrack, you may as well have the narrator. Well, it's called an audio book.
I know, and The Selfish Giant. It's a bit of an easy win because that was a children's story on 2ZB growing up, which is a bit strange. But I think track it down, have a look, have a listen. It's they've got a bunch of free previews. See if you like it.
Okay.
There's a bunch of pretty influential people who think this is going to be big. So
Booktrack, and also check out the ad for Booktrack on YouTube.
Yeah,
as well.
do check out the ad.
We'll skip over to aeroplanes now.
Let's go straight to aeroplanes, and let's go to a real Kiwi success story called Flightpath TV. Although it's a success story,
never heard of it.
Apart from here, that's right. This thing's been going for about 3 years. Set up by an ex-advertising guy called Fletcher McKenzie, who I used to do some work with, and he's an aviation nut, which is cool because aviation is sort of fueled by these nutty enthusiasts. He has a dream job. He travels the world with his his cameraman, his video camera, filming cool airplanes and basically setting them to electric guitar driven cock rock, and you get results like this, which is the MiG 15 track.
Wow. Okay, so basically it's aeroplane porn.
It's aeroplane porn. It absolutely is.
Now,
tissues in a dark room and this, and you're sorted.
So was it because flightpathtv.com, so was it only ever put out online, or was this...
No. It was, it's been shown on TV networks around the world, just not here. And it was apparently, he tried to sell it into some New Zealand networks, not interested.
Right.
Despite the fact there's a heck of a lot of New Zealand content, because I guess it's easier and cheaper to film some New Zealand aviation.
Yeah.
But it's sort of coming through the back door, and Discovery is running it, which is all programmed out of Australia. Premieres Monday 9:30 p.m. on Discovery, and the Herald covered it this morning, but they sort of their angle was, hey, Richie McCaw's going to be on it, which is not the most important thing.
Yeah.
But some crazy stuff. I mean, they've got the New Zealand helicopter champs and very hardcore New Zealand helicopter champs. The key event is opening a bottle of Tui beer with your helicopter.
Wow. Using the skid on the helicopter.
Yeah, strapping a bottle opener to the skid of the helicopter, opening the beer.
Man, that is precision flying,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Great big helicopter, the size of a Kia Soul, except flying.
You'd want to be doing that in fairly calm conditions, right? You wouldn't want too much wind.
I don't think you would. Want too much wind. No.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, flightpathtv.com for that. And, of course, all these links, everything we've been just talking about, you can find up at kiwifm.co.nz on the Radio Whammer Show page link, or tgf.co.nz. Thanks very much, Vaughn Davis.
No